Hello students, welcome to All Force E-Learning Junior Intermediate English class. In the previous session, I gave the introduction to one of the most important grammar topics in first year English, that is parts of speech. What are parts of speech? You know very well. Noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. There are 8 parts of speech. If a student is thorough with parts of speech, that particular student can be able to read well and understand what is what. One can develop language skills by learning parts of speech first. Today we have a detailed discussion. Number 1, if we take a noun, simply we can say, what is a noun? Noun is a naming word. As I have already told you that noun is or noun indicates the name of a person, place, thing, idea, flower, sweet, etc., etc., etc. Okay, and today we can discuss about this noun in detail. Nouns are of 2 types. Let us take this. Noun is divided into proper nouns, common nouns. Proper nouns, common nouns. What are proper nouns? The name of a particular person, place or thing. For example, you can take Golconda. It is the name of a fort, you know very well, which is located in Hyderabad. Okay, and you can take the name of Karimnagar, name of a city. Like that, you can take name of a person, Bhagat Singh. Like this. Name of a person, place or thing. Proper nouns, name of a particular person, particular place or particular thing, whatever it may be. You can take, for example, sweet is a common noun. You take jalebi is a sweet. Okay, Kalakan is a sweet. Mysore pak is a sweet. Jangri is a sweet. In the same way, like that, you can even take common nouns. If you take city, boy, girl, like this we can give plenty of examples. Name of a particular person, place or thing, proper nouns. Names in common nouns, and we can take even college. You can take boys college, girls college. What is common in its names? Women's college, junior college, degree college, whatever it may be. You can take anything, and based on the form, these common nouns are divided into 2 categories, that is countable and uncountable This is based on form, and based on meaning they are segregated into 4 types. You can come to know that later. Based on form, countable and uncountable. These countable nouns are again divided into singular and plural. Singular, if you take boy, that becomes plural boys. Here if you take man, plural becomes men. So if it is mouse, that becomes mice here. Foot, feet, like that we can give number of examples. And uncountable nouns are water, we cannot count water. A glass of water is countable, but water is uncountable. If you take rice, a bag of rice is countable. A bag of rice, 1 bag is counted, 2 bags are counted, but rice is uncountable. Okay, water, rice, sugar, etc. So these are uncountable. Based on form, we divide common nouns into countable and uncountable. Based on meaning, they are divided into number 1, concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are nouns which are real. They are real nouns. Okay, they are seen by us and they can be touched by us. They are visible to us. Concrete nouns are visible to our eyes. You can take anything. Suppose you can take the example pen. You can see the pen, right? You can see a car, whatever it may be. You can take different examples for this. Concrete nouns, real nouns which can be seen with our eyes and which can be touched. And the second one is abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are nouns which cannot be seen by us and which cannot be touched by us. For instance, you take knowledge. Knowledge is an abstract noun. We cannot see knowledge. And can we see hunger? We can see a man who is very hungry, but we cannot see his hunger. And we cannot see pity. We cannot see death. We cannot see wisdom. And we cannot see strength of an individual that can be experienced but that cannot be seen. If a person gives a slap, his strength is experienced but we cannot see that strength. We cannot see patience. How much patience does a man have? We cannot see that patience. That is not visible to our eyes. Such nouns are known as abstract nouns. Concrete nouns are real nouns. Abstract nouns are nouns which cannot be seen. And if you take the third one is material nouns. Material nouns out of which things are made. For example, you take gold, out of which ornaments are made. Clay, for example, you take out of which idols are made. Okay, so gold, comma, silver, iron, clay, etc. Okay, generally concrete nouns, abstract nouns. Okay, so here this comes under common nouns, of course, but what I feel, generally nouns are divided into two. One is concrete nouns and another one is abstract nouns. Concrete nouns are real nouns, abstract nouns which cannot be seen, and proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns and material nouns. But here it is given in a different style. These come under common nouns. Okay, so this is pertaining to nouns. And my dear students, if you take the words which end with ION and TY, MENT, NESS, you are supposed to know the noun form of different words. Suppose let me write the verb form communicate. He communicates well. For instance, let me say communicates. What is its noun form? Communication. This is communication. Suppose he is an able man. Able man. Able is an adjective here, and its noun form is ability. Okay, and if you take another one, for example, engage. What is its noun form? Engagement. Its noun form is engagement. Develop, development. Invest, investment. Okay, so like that we can give number of examples. Okay, investigate. What is its noun form? Investigation. Okay, and suppose the adjective is wise. What is its noun form? Wisdom. In the examination, sentences are given, some words are underlined. You will have to identify what part of speech the underlined word is. That's enough. Okay, so if you go on reading number of sentences and while reading you check yourself what it is. Like that, if you practice for some days, definitely you can become perfect in due course of time in parts of speech. Just have a glance, my dear students. This is pertaining to noun. Noun is a naming word. It indicates the name of a person, place, thing, etc. 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 So for this we can take clever. What is its noun form? Cleverness. Okay, dear students, just this is pertaining to noun. Just have a glance. Now we discuss about pronoun. Okay, dear students, now let us discuss another part of speech, that is pronoun. What is a pronoun? Pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. We cannot use a particular noun again and again and again. In place of that noun, we use a pronoun. Okay? So just simply I can say is a word. Pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun or in place of a noun. Generally, what are pronouns? People or the students generally have an idea about pronouns. What are pronouns? They simply say I, we, you, he, she, it, they. Other than these, I can't say that all students, but generally some students do not have any idea. That is my experience. So these pronouns are divided into different categories. I will explain you one by one. Number one, personal pronouns. Personal pronouns, anybody can say. What are personal pronouns? I, we, you, he, she, it, they. I, we, you, he, she, it, they. These are personal pronouns, and these personal pronouns have four cases: nominative case, objective case, possessive case, and reflexive case. For example, let me take I. This is nominative case or subject. Its object case is me, okay, and its possessive case is my. This is attributive and possessive, mine also we can say, and the reflexive case is myself. I, me, my, myself. I eat sweets. When we write a sentence in passive voice, sweets are eaten by me. We cannot say I. Okay. She loves I. We cannot say she loves me. That is object case. This is my book, and myself is reflexive case. So in the same way, we, us, our, and this is ours, ourselves. Just have a glance. You, and here also you, this is your, and of course yourself, singular, plural. We can take either singular or plural, and for you plural is also plural only here when it is plural yourselves. If you take he, what comes here? He, him, his, himself. She, her, and herself. It, and again it, so we can write it's here. Possessive case, and itself. And if you take the last one is they, and here it is them, and here their or theirs, and the reflexive case is themselves. So like this is pertaining to personal pronouns. I, we, you, he, she, it, they. At a stretch you should be able to speak out. What are personal pronouns? I, we, you, he, she, it, they. Number 2 is reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are nothing but that which reflect the subject of a statement. For example, I hurt myself. I hurt myself. This myself is related to the subject here. And in the same way, number 3 is emphatic pronouns. Emphatic pronouns are nothing but we emphasize when we express any sentence. I myself did it. So that comes immediately after the subject. I myself did it. There will be some sort of stress or some sort of force in expression, and we use emphatic pronouns in that in such sentences. Okay, next one is demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns. Do you have any idea about demonstrative pronouns, dear students? Demonstrative pronouns. Have you ever heard this particular word, demonstrative pronouns? It is one kind of pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns are this, comma, that, these, comma, those. Dear students, I write 2 sentences here. If you are able to understand, then it is very convenient for you to identify the parts of speech. Now let me write sentence number 1. This is my book. So here I underline this. This is pronoun here. These are my belongings. These are this, that, these, those. When they are followed by a be form, they are treated as pronouns. Please keep in your mind. This, that, these, those are demonstrative pronouns, and demonstrative pronouns are pronouns when they are followed by be forms. When they are followed by a noun, they are treated as adjectives. Don't have any confusion. Here let me write another sentence. This book belongs to me. This book belongs to me. So here what is book? Book is a noun. Therefore this becomes an adjective. Here this is followed by a be form. Therefore we consider it as a pronoun. And here this is followed by a noun. As a book is a noun, this can be treated as an adjective. These are my friends. These is a pronoun. These boys are my close friends. Boys is a noun and these becomes an adjective that can be treated as a demonstrative adjective also. This is the difference you should be able to understand, dear students. And the next one is, just have a glance. I rub it. Nouns. Indefinite pronouns. They tell something which are not definite. So what are indefinite pronouns? One, none, no one, nobody, some, someone, something, few, all, many. These are all indefinite pronouns. Suppose in correction of sentences a sentence is given. I say I love my country. You love your country. They love their country. In the same way, one must love one's country. Here this is a pronoun. Here it is a pronoun. So in the same way, suppose let me say many died in the war. Many died in the war. Many died in the war. So we can even take a few also. Many died in the war. Here many becomes what? It is a pronoun. You don't have any confusion. Let me write one more sentence here. Many soldiers. Many soldiers died in the war. Many soldiers died in the war. Here soldiers is a noun, therefore this many becomes an adjective. These are all indefinite pronouns. Okay, so none. In the same way, no one came to party. No one is a pronoun. So nobody invited me. Nobody is a pronoun. Nothing is impossible. Even we can take nothing also. This is also a pronoun. Okay, indefinite pronouns, these are all, dear students. In the examination, if they are given, you should be able to identify them. For that, what is required? You should have an idea about all kinds of pronouns. Indefinite pronouns, these are. Next one is interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns which are used in questions. Suppose let me write who, comma, whom, comma, whose, who, whom, whose, which, what. Who, whom, whose, which, what. These are all interrogative pronouns. In the examination, you need not mention its kind. Simply, if you write pronoun, that will be enough. For example, I write one sentence here. Who teaches English? This sentence is given in the examination. You will have to identify the parts of speech. What is who and what is English? Here who is a pronoun and English is noun. What is your name? If anybody asks you, then what is your name? Then what is what here? It is a pronoun. Please remember, dear students, whose book is this? Whose book is this? If anybody asks. So whose, again here, whose is, here book is a noun, therefore whose becomes adjective. Whose is this book? Then whose becomes a pronoun. If the sentence is like this, whose becomes an adjective. So this is pertaining to interrogative pronouns. Next one is distributive pronouns. Just distributive pronouns. Each, comma, either, neither. These are distributive pronouns. Suppose each of us was given a gift. Each of us. Just carefully observe, dear students. Each of us. was given a gift. So here each becomes a pronoun. And let me speak out one more sentence. Each of the boys was given a choice. That is a pronoun. Each is a pronoun. Each boy was given a choice. Okay. Each boy was given a choice. Boys is a noun, therefore each becomes an adjective. A lot of confusion will be there, but if you practice repeatedly, it becomes very familiar to you. Okay, dear students, this is pertaining to distributive pronouns, and next one is reciprocal pronouns. Reciprocal pronouns, just have a glance. What are reciprocal pronouns? Each other, comma, one another. These are reciprocal pronouns. The two brothers help each other. Here each other is a pronoun. Indians help one another. One another is a pronoun. Each other we use for two persons. More than two, one another. For two each other, more than two one another. For two each other, more than two one another. We have to read many a time, with which that will settle in our brain. Okay, so these are reciprocal pronouns, and the last one is, let me write here, last one is relative pronouns. Relative pronouns, again you will have to take who, comma, whom, who, whom, whose, and where, that. These are all relative pronouns. Okay, so I saw a man who was very hungry. Relative pronouns we can use in sentences. Just you carefully observe all the pronouns. Pronouns are not merely I, we, you, he, she, it, they. According to the context in a particular sentence, we can determine the part of speech of a particular word. One can do wonders. One is a pronoun. One boy came to class. Boy is noun. One becomes adjective. Many were invited. Many pronoun. Many relatives were invited. Relatives noun. Many becomes adjective. Much was taken out. Much water has flowed over the bridge. Water noun, much becomes adjective. Over the bridge, over becomes a preposition. Like that, we can give number of examples, dear students. This is pertaining to pronouns. Okay, we have completed nouns and pronouns in this session. In the next session, we can discuss the remaining parts of speech. Dear students, I hope that you have understood it very clearly. Though it is known to you, learning is a continuous process. Again, if you concentrate, you will become perfect. Okay, with this I wind up this session. We meet very soon to discuss the remaining parts of speech. Till then, goodbye.